This started as a plain piece of glass, and today I'll show you how to turn it into a glowing stained glass garden art using Pebeo Vitrail. Hi guys, so it's too cold for real gardening right now, so I'm bringing my garden projects indoors. And in this video, I'll walk you through how to create garden art using a faux stained glass technique. So I found these two cool glass vases in the local thrift store. And I'll be honest, half of the fun for me is to go through thrift stores and look for interesting glass pieces I can transform. So the shape of these two looked so much like a flower. So I decided to turn them into a garden art that will glow during the day, because as the sun hits through these colors, oh my God, it's amazing. And also I am going to add light inside so they will glow at night. So for this project, I'm using Pebeo Vitrail glass paint, which gives you a very consistent stained glass type of effect. As you can see, those colors are very transparent and just look like I, put it together with stained glass pieces. So first things first, let me tell you about the design. In fact, I'm going to show you another piece I'm working on. It's a different glass that I got. This will be an outdoor lamp for my patio. But I'm using AI to help me find exactly the shapes I like. So, and then I print it like so. If you'd like to know more how I do it, just write a comment. And I can either share with you the designs that I've already created or at least kind of give you some tips how to do it yourself. All right, so this vase or my garden art is half done. So I'm going to use this piece to show you exactly how I am adding those outlines, how I'm adding the paint. But before I get there, I want to show you how I'm using that design that I created. So here is the design. Actually, you can see this is the same flower. I'm just gonna roll it. Kind of align it here. You'll notice that if you create AI designs, they'll have way more noise that you want to include in your own design. So it's better to just treat it as an idea behind, so you kind of know where to put your flowers, where to put the rest. And then just flow with it, kind of make it your own. Now that you have your glass and your design, you need to start adding those outlines. So what I'm using is Pebeo, that's the same brand as the paint. And these are relief outliners. They have a variety of colors. Initially, I started with this one, which is the imitation lead. And the reason was I wanted my pieces to look like real stained glass, kind of, think Tiffany lamp. But I soon realized it's really too heavy for my design. So I started, trying different gold. And today, and for my last project, vermeil gold is the best. So you see right now, this is all I have is just a bunch of vermeil gold ones. Now, how to apply it, and this is an important lesson. Okay, there's some kind of piece of glass that I have for my project. So the design, as you notice, have lots of smaller lines and wavy lines. And so if I tried to use it the way it is often recommended, so just creating a design, you will notice that, well, you'll notice in a second. See this? It's very uneven. And I really didn't like that effect that it just does not have nice, smooth line. And I cannot even tell you how many tubes I ruined trying to use this technique. It didn't work for me. I've tried and it did not work. One quick note, don't try to wipe it off. You'll just ruin your design. Wait for it to dry and then you can peel it off with ease. But what I realized is much easier for me to just apply steady pressure, and you can see I started to create the perfect lines. These lines are perfect, so it just works so much better. Now once it dries, it's super easy to remove it. I'm gonna use white paint because it's easier for you to see how I'm gonna work with this. But the good news is that those pieces, those outlines, cling very nicely. Okay, so let me just show you on a white paper so you get to see it better. This is the design that I continue, and the only thing I can add to this is that I don't do it on the longer pieces, but on those small pieces that I'm afraid are going to move, you can just use the outliner to attach them better. The way you would do with actual stained glass. Okay, so now the most important part of our project is applying the paint. So in this particular design, let me show you which ones I am using, and they have this really gorgeous color. I do like a lot of deep greens, those turquoise colors, so I have quite a selection of green colors, but you know, at the very least I really recommend the turquoise, the emerald green, the chantereuse, which is actually very light color. That's the one right here, right, this one. And yellows for the flowers. You know, you can get oranges and whatnot. This is the yellow that I like to use. And then finally, this lightning medium, which I use to combine the colors and kind of create that mosaic effect like what you have here or even here. It does help to mix in the colors, so you have like a nice marble effect. So a few tips when adding them. So number one, because this is not flat, you cannot just apply the paint, you know, in one shot. You kind of have to work on one paint that is rather flat, because this paint is supposed to move, it's supposed to spread to create that kind of, you know, stained glass effect. So that's number one. Number two, do not use any brushes. But what I learned is a metal tool like this one is the best. It does not leave any residue. And check your medical cabinet. Maybe you'll have some dental tools or you know, something to that effect. So that is my favorite one. This yellow paint, in fact, is the easiest. As you notice, I just moved it up a little bit so that this paint spreads, because it is designed to flow. If you put too much, it will drip once you apply it, it's good to kind of keep it flat. It will be pulling at the sides because of the shape of my glass. It's just not flat at all. So, but I'm okay with that because it kind of gives you like a three-dimensional effect. So, so I'm not worried too much about the pulling in certain areas. It's almost like painting with an oil paint, you know, kind of give different colors. All right, so let me just show you how I'm going to now mix two different colors. So I'm using this mixed lightning medium. So I'm gonna just like add quite a bit here. So let me add as you can see with this type of medium, I kind of am using it for those paints to kind of like mix in and create almost like a texture. I would say this is like a pearl effect maybe. And then I'm gonna show you without the medium. Here is how this piece looks marbled because I added the lightning medium and another color. Here is how it looks like when it's not marbled, so you can see it's getting very clear and you can see the pulling that is happening, and part of it is my fault that I kind of wanted to show you a big leaf like this, and normally I would try to keep it more flat. But like I said, with this type of design, I really don't mind the pulling because it kind of gives me more 3D feel to it. So I don't mind it. But if somebody is bothered by it, this is how you avoid it. Just do not try to keep it as straight as possible. And keep moving the piece to allow that spreading of the paint. Okay, so this is the marbled piece, like a pearly effect where I use the medium. And here is just a straight piece without any medium. And I just allowed the paint to spread naturally. I like to use both because I feel like it gives a little bit more interesting design. Well, I hope you found this video helpful, and maybe this will inspire you to create some nice art for your garden. Happy crafting!